favorite categories, which is called 149 eggs. The goal of this, as you can see on the top of the screen, we have 150 eggs. I'm collecting 149 of them. That's the point of it. So there's nothing much to this category besides go fast and collect the eggs. But to start off this, I do have to go to a fresh file. All right. So y'all are stuck with me for at least 1.5 to 3 hours. So we have to get started. 3, 2, 1. A go. That is false start. 3, 2, 1. A go. So there's stuff to explain, but there's also a lot of stuff that I'm just gonna be doing, a lot of muscle memory. As you can see though, I have an Xbox controller in my hand, even though I am currently playing the Xbox port of this game, which we have a ton of what we like to call console strats. If I were to do this on the PC port, there are a few, like I say a few, there are some big differences between playing this on console and playing this on a PC. But we have to start off with Isabel, 1 of 149, already in the books. So we're actually going to skip Sunny Villa for the time being. We want to go back to Sunny Villa. Actually, so Cloud Spires in reality for a lot of people is going to be the second level for your most casual plays, where we like to do it first. It allows us to route a lot better, and that's all right. We're already going to do our first skip. This is a end of level, or this is a end of level skip that I do not hit. A little rusty. Not an excuse. We're gonna try that again. But it's quick and easy to reset back up. That's a lot better, but not getting it. Alright, I'm gonna try it again. I should have practiced some of these tricks beforehand. Actually, I did. I got this first try. Alright, let's give it one more attempt. See if the game will be nice to me. If not, we'll do the other route we have for Cloud Spires. A more beginner-friendly route, and I get it this time. Good. Nice. I say, that just allows me to come on top and get this egg quick and early. But from here, we're gonna... There's a lot of stuff to collect in Spyro. If you've never played the game casually, at least in the case of Spyro 3, we have to collect eggs and gems. So the reason we do that is, especially with eggs, there are a lot of egg requirements to get through this game. For me to even beat this game, I must collect over 100 of the 150 eggs possible just to finish this game. But there's also gem collections, and there's a lot of stuff I actually have to pay for throughout the game. So you're gonna see me at times going out of my way for gems, because there are a few money quotas I have to hit. But like this, so Sun Seeds here, as kind of just not thinking about it. It's a very slow egg, but in the name of this category, I have to do it. But now we can do kind of like a fun little strat. After this little side area with the bells, we need to wake up our cloud friend. I missed the first one, which might put my thief in a bad position. We will see. If he will. Okay. Gonna put him in a really bad position. So we're not gonna get to see the fast strat for him, fortunately, but not too bad. We grab Brian, we're out of there. Now there's one last egg here that we need to collect, being Stephanie. Stephanie is just located back here behind this little Rhinoc. And just like that, we're done with the first level. Say 4 minutes, very quick and easy. Would have been under 3 if I'd have hit that first trick. But we're gonna keep chugging along. I have 149 to collect. I'm only at 6. Or I'm at 7. So we got a lot to collect. Our buddy Hunter here, actually has found an egg named Coltrane for us. We're gonna grab that egg, and what we're gonna do is, at the end of this cave, there is Amy. And just like that, then we're gonna come. We skip Sunnyville to start. Now we're gonna do it. It's very convenient, kind of just routing wise. Do Sunnyville second. Now, this is gonna look so Sunnyville. Well, we like to call it Sunnyville 1. Sunnyville 1 is we split this into 2 visits. So all I'm gonna do to start off Sunnyville is I'm gonna rush to the end of the level. There are some other eggs that I could grab from right now, but I'm gonna skip them because it's gonna be more convenient later on. But yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I got into the level, but we're gonna do our true first mini game. This is one of the few skateboarding segments. If you didn't know, Funny Red Dragon can skateboard better than me. But our goal is for this first round is just casually, in a way, but quickly, take out all 15 of these lizards. Nothing too extravagant. The second time, we're gonna be doing this minigame twice. One untimed and one's gonna be timed. Ooh, bad heat. Usually, sometimes that lizard in particular can actually can turn towards us, which saves us a little bit of time. But you kind of got to take what this game gives you. There are quite a few side areas that we're gonna do where, depending on how nice the game wants to be, however nice the game wants to be for us. But that's grabbing Emily. But like I said, we have to do this minigame twice. Now with a timer. And one other speculation. I'm not allowed to fall off my board. So if I were to fall off, I'd have to restart this whole minigame. I do not want that to happen. So, but we're going to take the same route. Nothing too hard. Let's say these first levels are supposed to be super introductory. When we get to the later part of this game, the enemies are a lot more ruthless. It doesn't turn for me again. Not great. But we're gonna hope the rest of these lizards decide to play nice. He does. He does. Will I be able to get the first? Nice. I missed that one. I'm gonna have to come back for him. Be very slow, but he turns right to it. All right, cool. Now this is the reason I did Cloud Spires first. I can teleport to Cloud Spires, which just allows me to use this as my exit. but we like cutscenes. As a speedrunner, we do not. But just like that, we already have 2 levels under our belt. You can see a 10 egg requirement to unlock this level. We had a total. We had 12, so don't have to worry about it. So before we go into Molten Crater, we quickly grab Liam, and just like that, straight into Molten Crater. And this is another level where we are gonna take. It's gonna take us 2 visits to complete this level, because this is the first level where you have, where at least where Spyro 3 has, we have different companions. And those companions are locked behind money payments. So we don't have them unlocked, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to make a trip back here way later in the game. And nothing to worry about. But just like that, we're gonna go straight into another level. But first, if you didn't know, Spyro can swim. So we're gonna grab Bruce, giving us 16 eggs, where we only need 14 for him to say my portal's working again. Now, Seashell Shore. First level where we have a side area that is completely RNG. You don't know what RNG means? It's random number generations. It is. Sometimes we have a guy that he just does what he wants. He has a couple different patterns he can give us. Some are good, some are bad. But we're gonna do just a quick sequence break. Get out of bounds. And you remember how I said we didn't have companions? It's a slight lie. I went out of bounds. The portal is actually stored for this side area. This is Sheila the Kangaroo. She is one of the 6 playable characters in this game. And just conveniently, her portal is located where we can get to it. So we're gonna just quickly do her side area here. Gets us 2 of the eggs we need, so we don't have to make a second trip. I'm gonna grab fodder. I'm gonna grab some extra HP just as a safety net. And just like that, we're done with this little side area, but we're not done yet. Seashell Shore still has 3 more eggs that we need to collect. And first one that we're gonna do the RNG section. This is our friend Bluto. Bluto the Rhinoc has multiple different patterns he can give us. Some are nice, some are mean. And he is possibly giving us the second best. We'll see what he does here. Okay, he gives us second. He gives us third best. He decided to charge us after. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna just have to take the hit. But I grab enough rockets to just one-cycle him. And just like that, we're done with him. One little more side area to go. We have this side area to go and the end of level A. This is quick. Everything is quick and going here in Spyro. It feels like as soon as I finish explaining one thing, I'm already to the next. But this side area is just go through the tunnel, hit every Rhinoc in your path, and you get an egg for it. We like Duke. He is not my favorite egg in here, though. I have a couple later on that I really like. But just like this, we've finally got the end of level A with Dizzy, and now we have all 6 eggs, as you can see down below. Awesome. don't have to I don't have to come back to this level. But now we're gonna get into our first speedway. Speedways are it can be, for a lot of players, can be some of the hardest levels in my opinion. Just with um learning how to do it efficiently. So there's 3 eggs to get here. We have just a time trial egg, which we're gonna do first. You have a race in each one, and then you also have a hidden hunter egg. We're gonna, in this, at least in this one, and in most of the orders, we're gonna do the time trial, we're gonna do the hunter egg, and then the race. But if you ever get stuck on some of these routes, anybody can do. They are not speedrun exclusives. With a little bit of practice, you can do these and get great times. We're gonna go for the fast strat here. I'm gonna see if I can. Nope, I missed that one. So trying to charge down, I missed one. But we're gonna quickly just restart. We're also gonna just quickly retry. So the game's gonna store that I've completed the time trial. But now I'm gonna come do the hunter egg, and he is conveniently located right here. Now UFOs can either be really nice or really mean. The first 3 were nice. Number 4 was nice. 5 was nice. 6 was nice, and 7 was nice. That is a beautiful UFOs. That is what we crave for in any attempt of this game. But last but not least, we have a minute, almost a 2-minute race here against the butterflies. I say this is your introduction race, but this is, in reality, this is actually kind of a hard race. It's hard for a, like the introduction of the races. See, I'm gonna just optimize a few little areas. Nothing much to. There is like the what we like to call ILs, the individual levels for this race in particular are really cool with utilizing this supercharge. I wish I could show it off myself, but I cannot. I have not been skilled enough to do it completely. Let's say 3 laps. I'm second place, first place in here. Really far ahead. Not nice. But we're not gonna fret. The only thing I fret about is missing a ring. You miss a ring, then you gotta restart the whole race again. And just like that, we're gonna be in first place. Yes, I can flame my competitors and slow them down. I'm not cheating, I promise. It is a game mechanic. And say just a little bit over a minute 57. Okay, we'll take a 57. Yes, you can. I can averagely get about a 52. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this handy guidebook once again because I need to go back to finally unlock Sheila. So when we were in Seashell Shores, we did the side area for Sheila, but she wasn't unlocked yet. But now we're gonna go ahead and unlock her, and I'm actually gonna let her cutscene play because it is. I'm gonna make it a point to show you these cutscenes because our friend Moneybags, he's only just doing his job, but we also like seeing a little revenge. So let's watch the cutscene again. We
appreciate
like,
this
I'll
favor
take a
I'm
little
doing
time
in
loss
letting
here,
you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right.
but no hard
After
feelings,
all,
eh?
I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
Cup, bam. So we like to see it, and with that, we're gonna continue. If my muscle memory, we'll be seeing him get hit like that 3 more times in this run.
Thanks again.
4 more times, technically, if you include myself. All right, now we're gonna do what's called console straps here. So the game progresses as I am talking to our Billy Goat friends, but the idea is that I have a timer that I go by. I'm not going to abuse it too much. It's not a big deal, especially like in a marathon setting like this. But it would be cool showing to see how my timer, or at least what like time I would have gotten on a, if this was like full try hard. Yeah. But just like that. Now we get the fun, infamous mushroom area. I remember as a kid, I dreaded this little area in this level. Was not fun. And then when I started speedrunning this game, this area is kind of really fun to optimize now. But just like that, we're gonna jump up, talk to Zoe here. Again, I'm stopping that in-game timer, waiting for our mountain goat friend, Bobby, and just like this, now we're gonna return to we're gonna revisit Sunny Villa. So this is the reason why I said Sunny Villa was gonna be 2 trips. Now, because we did Sheila actually has a side area that has an egg for me. But first we're gonna grab Vanessa. And what we're gonna do is now we go to the side area that Sheila now has unlocked for us. So this is Romeo Juliet. That guy would have been named Romeo for us. This is a Romeo and Juliet Easter egg, but a reference to Romeo and Juliet. But we're gonna do a quick little sequence break, so I don't gotta go around. And what we'll do is I'm gonna optimize these super jumps. Ooh, I actually made the ledge. I didn't think I made it. Now I'm gonna do something cool here. We're gonna go up. I'm gonna do 1, jump up, and I love this quote, and so I'm gonna let it play.
What? Marco sent you here. I've got a restraining order against him.
She has a restraining order against him. All right, but just for that, we need 1 more egg here to finish up Sunny Villa, and it is our boy Miles. And just like that, we are done for the time being in the first homeworld of 4. So I'm going back to the shores because we now have to go to the boss fight. Now that I've completed every end of level for the homeworld, I now unlock my transport vehicle. So there's like story behind this game. You know, you're trying to save all the eggs and all this other cool stuff, but we're speedrunning. We don't care about the lore. But just like this, we're gonna go to Midday Gardens, the second homeworld, but we're gonna get interrupted by a by a boss fight. Now this guy has a couple different names. You can choose which name you like best. I call him Dumb Boss. He's also known as Green Sonic, or his official name is Buzz. Whichever one you like. This is the Dumb Boss. So we play a bit of sumo wrestling. The goal is to get him into the lava. But I'm also going to manipulate him to attack So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna purposely take damage again. So what this does, it keeps him from rolling around for so long. But now I'm gonna go ahead and take a last hit of damage, and while he is setting back up, I'm gonna look for a sheep. Now this is why. So if you were just playing sumo wrestling with him, now I can't unfortunately do the fast strat here. I unfortunately took the damage, and I went too early. That's what you don't want to do. Take notes. All right, we try this again. If we're so, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the safer strat to keep. Take the slightly safer strat on this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manipulate him to do that. And now I don't have to worry about taking it. I can take an extra hit. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get as close as I can to the edge, not where he's gonna hit me. Take another hit of damage. And now this is where it's a little problematic, but just like that. Now his third phase, he is going to go ahead and try to throw some flames at us. Now Sheila can be nice or bad. Nice. All right. Just like that. That's his buzz. He's going to jump one more time, and enough. We win. Going to the second homeworld. 32 eggs in hand of 149. Now, I'm gonna do a slight reroute here myself. Now, the next payment I need to make is I need 700 gems. I currently do not have it. So I could go into the right world, but I'm also gonna do this. What we call this is a quick game continue. It is so I can get my sparks back. I saw that I didn't have little sparks with me. My little dragonfly, and I need him. He's my little friend, helps me collect things. So I want to show off something cool. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and go under here, grab Dave, and I want to show a cool little thing. We call this this is the waterfall jump. It's a quick and easy thing to do. We're gonna grab Modesty, and we're gonna go ahead and do this as well. Well, but a known Modesty. I was hoping, not gonna lie, I'd have had enough eggs for that already, which I do not. I am one short. So I'm not saving time. So now I don't gotta worry about this later. So we're actually gonna do what we're supposed to do. I might have forgotten an egg on the reroute. Alright, well, we can just do this. We go to Hunter, unlock Enchanted Towers, and go straight in. Now, I'm gonna have to make 2 visits here. But my first, because what I want to do is my first quick visit is to get 1 quick egg. Which will give me my 36. So now I was supposed to jump up to the waterfall. I was putting together this round and I miscounted eggs, apparently. So now I could go do Sergeant Bird, which would be the correct option. I don't want to do that. I want to have fun. So we're gonna do the speedway first. And gets me 400 gems, and has a lot of fun strat, or at least a cool strat to it. And I'm gonna focus a little bit, see if I can do it. Now I gotta slow down. Unfortunately, I'd be able to keep that charge all the way to here, all the way through these cows. But I gotta slow down on one of those cows. Not too bad. Still a very fast country speedway. And then we're gonna do one of the longest eggs in this game. This is, I like to call Yeehaw. This is the Yeehaw egg. So I'm on a rail shooter, and every alien that I blow up here, you can hear them Yeehaw. So my goal is this, I think around a 2-minute rail shooter is I need to take out every single alien before they get away and shoot one of the cowboys. Say this is a very long one. If you fail it, you lose so much time. So you definitely don't want to be losing time to this. But yeah, so even besides the lore of the Spyro game itself, these hunter mini games in these speedways have their own lore. Hunter decides to destroy some UFOs in the first speedway, where this one he's now again trying to stop these alien farm animals these space farm animals from doing whatever they're trying to do. But we get Roberto, we grab Gavin, and we still have to race the biplanes. Now this race I love. This is a very fun race when done correctly. As you can see, let's say so many fun strats of just diving down with charges. And then this is what I find cool. If you do it right, it just looks so much fun. And then, then a double charge down. So much to do. And you can, if you're good at it, you can do that every single lap. This is not I would not say particularly super hard. I'm gonna do it this way too, showing you the charge is just a little bit slower, but how you say it is still an option. The races are so much fun to try to optimize for yourself to get a great time. And this is another one that the IL for this is super strong. So as someone that is wanting to get into the races to see how good of a time I can get, I've got a lot of work ahead of me to put in. All right, one more lap here. Not too much more to go. A 229. I'll take it. Wait, don't hit retry. We don't want to race them again. Get Shimp, and we are out of here. So, since I'm up here, I can kind of reroute. I'm kind of routing on the fly here. I could, indeed, go back, do my Sergeant Bird mini or side area to get my second companion, but I'm gonna opt to come do Bamboo Terrace. This is another one of the levels where I'm gonna have to return later on. This level includes a side area for the third playable character. But unfortunately, we have to get him in the next homeworld, which his payment is over 1,000 gems. So even though you see that, cool, I'm at 1,000 gems anyway. Remind you, I still have to go make a 700 payment. Also, we don't have to save all the pandas. We can just do that. So let's see. This is one of those levels where we kind of just get to the end of the level as quick as we can. Makes life a little bit easier, and we'll just come back to clean up this level. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the garden here. They will be back for this level later on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the right. So we're gonna go to Icy Peak next. Went right too early. We're gonna quickly grab a hidden egg back here. Now, Icy Peak's got a few fun strategies. And we're gonna do one right at the beginning. So, usually you have to wait to get on the cannon to break this wall, but we're just gonna do this. We're gonna let our little kaboom friend hit us, and I missed the jump. I'm gonna say this never happened before, but it has. I just want to see kaboom again. Try this again. Get the kaboom. This time, hold button just for a little bit longer. Now, I don't want this kaboom friend to hit me. We're gonna grab a couple of gems. Now, we're gonna do one of our first little sequence breaks, in a way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this cannon up for again. So you're supposed to get up to this area at the end of the level, but I can get up early with a fancy little jump. But the tricks don't stop there. Now remember, I set up that cannon. There's an egg that's Maynard up there. We like to call this Maynard skip. Just like that, you jump off to the cannon, get Maynard early. You don't have to break those ice walls, and we can continue on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break this wall, but I'm also gonna do I'm gonna use their shots to break this open, and we're gonna do our lovely friend Nancy. This song will be stuck in your head forever. So the point of Nancy is she wants to practice her ice skating because she's Olympic ice skater, but the hockey team of Rhinox decide this is our practice time. You're not allowed to do it. So Spyro is just gonna help her keep these Rhinox off of him. Now, in Spyro Reignited Trilogy, this minigame became a lot easier because in the original game, the camera was top down and could not be moved. We are luckily enough in the remake able to have a Spyro cam like this and can turn it left and right to a certain degree. But just like that, now we get to do some fancy spins with Nancy and pose. I tried to make that boring section just a little bit better. And maybe I'll be her ice dancing partner in the future. I won't. Alright. End of level egg. But we still have 2 more to grab. And the last 2 we need to grab are down here. Now we're going to do another trick. We are going to go ahead, move this guy up. But what I'm going to do is, this guy has a hitbox, so we're going to get his egg early. And what I'm going to do is, remember that yellow guy I pushed up? Well, I'm going to slow down just to be on the safe side and get his egg because he is programmed to chase like that going forward and abusing game mechanics. All right, I've been hyping up Sergeant Bird. So, time to finally go get our military penguin, and we get to finally see another money bags get hurt. But first, we're gonna grab Trixie. I have over 700 gems, and of course, but we're gonna watch it. Gives me a little bit of time to recover.
Sergeant Bird, 90068. Awaiting orders, sir.
I think you'll have to find your commanding officer for that. Hey, what are those things?
These are the latest military hardware. DBX-9 rocket launchers, state of the art.
So why didn't you use them to escape?
Because I have limited ammo, and I wanted to conserve it for this. Say, where'd you come from? I thought dragons had all been dead for 1,000 years or something.
Well, the rumors of
All right. Well, we got to see him blow up. Awesome. All right. So Sergeant Bird, our third playable character in the game. This is a flying penguin with rockets. Our goal in his level, there are 3 eggs. One includes collecting all 5 of these hummingbirds scattered throughout the level. But the goal, most of these levels for the companions are what I like to call escort levels. I have now waiting, let's say, for this hummingbird to give me that. But now I need to go ahead and grab this weight and put it back on this. Thank you. I can see that in the chat from my boss. Thank you, Gabby Blanchard, for donating to the Smash B team. We appreciate every donation that everyone gives us. That is the end of level 8, and now I get to go have some fun. Now I still gotta collect the last of those remaining, or let's say they're missing hummingbirds that haven't reported for duty because they were all trapped. So that's the second one, all the way at the end of the level. But that's not the hardest one to get to. So we gotta grab that one. There's gonna be one to our right-hand side. No fast, how you say it? There's no quick way to do this. You have to backtrack through the level because you need these. You need some missiles. I'll just drop one on him because I can. Grab me some free gems. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this one. Now there's one more. This is the reason you can't get all of them before. You got to come down here. And there's one hidden out down here. Grab Roy, and just like that, we're gonna continue on. 3 out of 3. You like to see it. Now you remember, I did say my next payment I need to make is 1,000 gems. I'm only at 100, so we're gonna be needing to collect a lot of gems. But unfortunately, this next level, not gonna be doing that. Spooky Swamp, in my opinion, not a crazy hard level, but there is some little quirks to it. The original game for this level was definitely what do I say? Reignited definitely improved this level. So there's gonna be multiple things I'm doing and I'm keeping track of throughout this whole level. First and foremost, I need to go ahead and light all of these candles because that'll unlock something for me later on. Because we're gonna get Michael. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of a break there. We're gonna get the end of level egg. We're not done yet. We're gonna get the third. But I'm also gonna do a long jump here to grab Frank. And then remember, let's say, I'm not done yet. I'm still missing some eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and flame the last one, which is gonna open this door. This is gonna open the door to our friend Sleepy. Sleepy the Rhinoc. Now, Sleepy the Rhinoc, I woke him up from his nap. He's like me right now. I want to go to sleep. So I've been up, but I need to hit him with a bomb. What he's gonna do, he's gonna retaliate by throwing three enemies at me. As soon as I kill all 3, he will throw me another bomb. But what I can do is, when he gets ready to throw them, I can just do that. Stops his animation, and guess what he's gonna throw next? Throws me a bomb. Line it up, just as I say. Need to line it up a little bit, because the charge hitbox for that is not friendly, as you saw. I know I'm currently blocking his health bar, but he is just about halfway. Gonna take one more hit. Just a lot of these bosses don't follow the rule of 3s that most video games do. The Spyro video games like multi-hits, but not the rule of 3. There's Herbie for us, and we got one more little side area to do. Now this is what I was teasing about. This side area was improved so much compared to the original. These rocks, the goal is we are escorting one firefly at a time with a bomb. They are blind. So our goal is to make sure they don't run into anything. But there is some slight problem. Again, they're blind. I'm gonna have to wait as late as I can, which will allow me to not have to hit that again if I did it correctly. And just like that, cool. The first of the 2 brothers is complete. But that one's simple. He followed the track. But now we need to help his brother. If you cleared the path, I have the bomb. And now I can actually kind of wait. This guy's starting path, because I've been diligently clearing these rocks early, I can kind of just wait for him here to start. In the original, the rocks respawned, so I couldn't do that in the original. But now I wait. This is the unfortunate part. You kind of just gotta wait around. I delay this one just a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab me some extra gems. Again, I gotta make payment. But that is every gem here in Spooky Swamp. The eggs are all free. Now we can finally go back to Enchanted Towers. Because we could not finish this level on the first visit. So, now we can. We have Sergeant Bird unlocked, which allows us to finish this whole level. What we're going to do is, we're going to do a quick end of level skip. But we're also going to do some... We're going to get some collectibles early. These bones are supposed to be collected with... with Sergeant Bird. I'm gonna collect a few of these early with Spyro. I'm just gonna collect these 3 early. So we have a category known as Bone Dance, which is a very, very fun category to run. I will let Mr. Bones do his famous dance for us when we get to him. But you can actually collect all the bones in this game, or at least for this side area, with just Spyro. You do not need Sergeant Bird, but it is hard to do. So in the sake of this category, you might as well just use Bird. But now we were already skateboarding, but now we're gonna learn how to do some tricks. So we learned how to do a roll. We're gonna learn how to do a flip. I don't need to actually walk to the top of the ramp to do these. Now we're gonna learn how to spin, which I already was doing, but now we got to do the famous Tony Hawk 900. A 900 makes you land backwards, so you actually have to do a 1080. But now we finally get some cool little strats. First strat here we can do. I didn't get either. You just need to do a quick nasty gnort. And now we do the harder of the 2 tricks. It's a one-on-one. So if I can do this right, I get a raging. I do not get the Raging Ripto landed. We're gonna try again. If I hit this Raging Ripto, I can just quickly give up and I instantly win. He cannot get enough. He will not get enough points passively to catch up. But now we go to the back end of this. We're gonna go do my favorite, and I'm gonna say in quotes, favorite side area with Fido. I like to call him Fido, the favorite little puppy. The goal of Fido is you use his toy to have him hit switches for you, so you can get up. Just get up to the switches. He is just a good doggo. He means well, but why I like to say that this is my favorite side area, sometimes Fido just breaks in this upcoming area. But I have to hold a button for him, get him across, and now we're going to try to do the fast strat, and hopefully I don't break. Good. Nice. Just like that, we just go break. Open up this door, and now I kind of just have to wait for Fido to go to his owner. So I'm going to grab some extra gems. All right. Now this is the reason we couldn't complete this earlier. Sergeant Bird. Sergeant Bird is going to allow us to collect the rest of the bones a lot more convenient. So we're going to collect one. Again, like I said, we can actually collect all of these eggs with Spyro. Or nice. We can collect all these bones with Spyro. But why would you, when this is kind of just a lot more convenient, right? we have to use some fancy jumps and stuff to get to these areas, so it's not worth attempting them unless you actually do the category. But like I said, I'm gonna let Mr. Bones do his dance for us. All right, we cheer on our friend Mr. Bones. Gotta let Mr. Bones do it. You can't skip it. It's illegal. And good. All right, exit level. We are finally done. We are currently done with the second home world of this game. Just like I say, 55 minutes in, we're done with the second home world with almost 100%ing. Almost. All right. So now we come to RNG, the slight RNG fight of the boss. Now, why I say slight? These first two hits, we need to rely on RNG on where they spawn. We are waiting for some rock, a molten rock, to spawn, and that is a beautiful first spawn. And Spike here doesn't decide to go for the break. Okay, the second one, unfortunately, being on this side, he's gonna shoot me. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for him to shoot, so I have him break the rock. But now, this is kind of an auto-scroller. He's gonna shoot me twice. Sergeant Burns is gonna drop me a power-up of Super Flame. I can only get one hit at a time. He's gonna shoot me twice. Sergeant Burns is gonna drop me a Super Flame. And rinse and repeat. But now it's phase 3. Phase 3. He's gonna shoot me 3 times now. And Sergeant Bird's gonna drop me a purple rock instead. It's just a homing missile, but say Spike's gonna shoot me 3 times. Nope. Nope. And just like that, we're done. 2 bosses down. 65 of the 149 eggs under our belt. Now, third homeworld. Most people consider it the hardest homeworld, but it's the prettiest homeworld. Now, mind you, I am looking at a $1,000, beautiful $1,000 payment. I'm at 273. So we're gonna do a couple levels before we can go make that payment. So we're actually gonna start off.
Listen to me.
We're gonna actually start off with Charmed Ridge. Now, mind you, remember what I mentioned earlier in the speedrun? A lot of these levels have egg requirements to be open. There's enough magic had to be restored to these portals for them to open. So let's say our routing here for levels shows that say, cool, I show up with the correct amount. So we're gonna do a little bit of a sequence break here. you have to pay a money bags to continue this level. I don't want to pay money bags more than I have to. So we're gonna sequence break, skip him a little bit. And right. Oh. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna get Benjamin here. I'm gonna shoot these guys, grab Benjamin, and now we're gonna do a cool little trick. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot this guy, and we're gonna shoot this guy. So what that does, now I have this, I have the end of level open to me whenever I'm ready for it. But we gotta come to a side area. The Jack and the Beanstalk area. Now, we're not gonna do this as intended. Obviously, we're speedrunning the game, right? We're not gonna do this intended. So we're just gonna break the puzzles just a little bit. Ooh, I missed it. Let's see. We're gonna break the puzzles just a tiny bit. Now we still gotta see. We're not done here. Jack has another one for us, and this one, when you're first learning this game in general, every category uses this trick. So that is a hard one. Takes a little bit of practice, and I know I make it look easy. I've been running the game for 3 years. But we are at the funny number of eggs. This cutscene plays again because of having it unlocked. And now we're gonna go to the end of the level. All right, just at that end of the level for Charmed Bridge, but we aren't done yet. There is still another egg we need to acquire. And it is held by our friend Sergeant Bird. Sergeant Bird is currently late for a dinner date with Isabel here. So, but the place he chose decided to be infested with witches. So we're gonna sit here, and if I did this right with my positioning, all 5. But now we gotta do another round, this time with 10. So this strategy will work for a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on 7 I'm gonna jump up and hope that I can get 9. Do I get all 10? I do not get all 10. I missed the last one, but we'll just get some. But now we're gonna do the same strategy, 3rd round, but this time I can't touch the ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I am counting this. 6, 7, because this helps me. 8, 9, and 10. This helps me in trying to make sure I know when to go up, but I unfortunately missed 3 this time. Not what I wanted to see, and there is one missing. There he is. Not what I wanted to see there. Cool. And that is all 6, as you can see. Done with Charm Ridge. Don't have to go back to this level. So now I'm gonna get one of my favorite. We're gonna get one of my favorite eggs from our whale friend. I'm hoping that something funny happens. Now, because he does it anytime I run this game. Will he do it today? Yep, there he goes. Jank whale acquired. Now, because that he did that, it doesn't matter because the way I'm going through this, I'm gonna go back to Charm Ridge to get me back up. But that unfortunate little glitch does not allow me to leave him normally. That is in a way a soft lock area because of how he spits you out. There is just nothing you can do about it. But conveniently, going back to Charm Ridge allows me to go straight into Honey Speedway. So the third speedway. Now this one has a fun little route. I would definitely recommend, if you are not confident with speedways, even sometimes myself, don't do this. Do what the game recommends, the order that they recommend. It'll work 9 out of 10 times. This route can sometimes just fail with that charge down to the boats. Sometimes you just charge too long. But that's 3 of the 4 objectives. Just need to do the honeycombs. Now there's some charge strats I could do. I am not confident in them. I will attempt them in the race for sure. All right, now the Moo UFO people are wanting revenge. They are now chasing the hunter. Let's say again, the lore of this hunter side story. They are taking revenge after getting their UFOs blown up. Then with Hunter deciding to try and, I guess trying to stop them from taking over the county speedway with adopting all the farmers. So now they're chasing him in a honey river. I promise this makes sense. But we make 2 complete laps, and just like that, he decides to crash, and we have thwarted him. All right. Last but not least, here in Honey Speedway, just need to race the bumblebees. Now, let's say there's some cool racing strats here. I'm gonna quickly do one straight off the back. We are gonna start doing some charges. It's gonna save me little bits of time. It adds up throughout the whole race. Now this race in particular is not forgiving. This one and the last speedway we're gonna do later on, they are not forgiving. If you're not using these stars for speed boost, you will struggle to get first place. Now this is a speedway thing. So in flight, I should explain it now because it's more used here. While in flight, the lower to the ground you are, so the lower you are to the water below, the faster Spyro flies. So there are going to be times where I don't want to be so high because Spyro is just slower. So as I want to try to time segments of the race where I can go lower just to have that little bit of extra speed. But you see, like, I'm only halfway through lap 2 and I'm first place. It's just these little extra speed, using these all the stars to my advantage. It just helps. Now there is a charge strat there as well at the end of the track. I have not practiced it in quite some time, so I rather do a little safety there. It's still just as fast. Loses a little bit of time. Alright, coming up on the end of this track. A couple more checkpoints. I don't want to say it too soon, so I'm gonna wait till I hit that final checkpoint. Because I have lost the race right at the end. 256, a very solid Honey Speedway. We're gonna exit level. And now 75 eggs of the 149. We're getting closer and closer. But notice my gem count. 851. Again, I need to make $1,000 payment here in a level and a half. So I'm gonna be looking at trying to get my gem count up. Now we go into a very fun level. I say fun, but I hate this level. I hate this level with a passion. Alright, Lost Fleet. There are many different routes we can take here. I'm gonna do the one that makes sense to my head. We are gonna do a slight I say an end of level skip, but it's not really, because we have to escort Crazy Ed. I missed it. Okay, I thought I didn't. I thought I didn't hear it right. Oh my lord, I have not practiced these shots in a while. Good. All right. Ooh, I might not make this. Okay, good. We're gonna get Chad a little bit earlier than you're supposed to. But I'm also gonna do this side area. Alright, subs 1 and 2. This can either go very smooth or very horribly. Alright, those subs 1, we're gonna try and snipe. I only sniped 1 because I went too far up. So what we're gonna do is, the goal is to take out every single Rhinoc that is within these submarines. I found 5. Can I do a quick snipe? I can quick snipe the 6th one, but that's not it. We're going to subs 2. But all right, subs 2 is the harder one. Now, the fast strat makes this very quick, but I am not consistent with it. We're gonna try to make beeline. We're gonna quickly go up here. We're gonna snipe 1. We're gonna snipe 2. We're gonna try to follow this guy. Snipe him. We're gonna try to go down, snipe him, and I'm gonna miss it. We're gonna get him in the back up here. We're gonna have to lock onto this one, hopefully. Now, unfortunately, my cycles are all wrong now. And now these guys are gonna give me a problem. Alright, that's one. Got us. I need to locate the last one, but he's gonna keep going. So I'm gonna turn around, force him to go the other way. Not a clean substitute, but we take it. Alright. Now we're gonna now we just need to finish our little escort mission. Which will give us the end of level egg, but we still have 2 more eggs to acquire. Now there's 2 ways to get to this next area. I'm gonna take the intended way. I think it is. I believe it is. It's faster. We're gonna grab invincibility to go through the basically lava swamp to get all the way over here. And if you missed the skateboarding, we're finally do some skateboardings again. Now, this race, there are some funniness to it that I can try and attempt, which I'm going to, but that is one of the funnies that can happen. The Rhinocs can just decide, yeah, we'll just knock you off your board. And I failed that trick. Alright. So what I want to do is, I want to get up here. What I want to try and do, as you can see, I got a big speed boost. I am going to hit the top. Too much speed. Double break. Alright. So I'm gonna do this and get my boost back. We're also gonna try to get another speed boost. I got a little one, not a big one. So I'm abusing a mechanic in this game that allows for just speed. I didn't do it there. I accidentally put a down input. Let's see if I can do it. No, a little bit, little small one. We are gonna not do it for that lap, or at least at this point. Get me some boost. Didn't get me my boost back. Sometimes this game just decides just, yeah, he didn't do a trick. All right, let's see if I can get a good one here. No, I got a little one. I keep getting little ones. I have it. The boost to get a good boot, to get a good one. It is very hard. It's very. The sweet spot for it is not friendly. But we won the race, but we're not done. We gotta get 2. Now Hunter wants to race us, but his stipulation, as you can see from the bottom of the screen, you see a 10. There are 10 crabs scattered throughout this track. I need to win the race as well as take out all 10 crabs. But I can get majority of them on the first lap. Just now, I just need some boost. Beautiful. 1 remains on my last lap. And again, this trick not giving me my boost. There we go. So if I still probably can do it here, but if I'm fast enough, I can actually lap Hunter. Hunter is very slow in this race. If you do this race right. Oh, unfortunate break. We are going to get our boost back. I don't get my boost back. This is just how this game decides. Our last little guy there. We're gonna do some speed boosting like this. But now I'm super slow. I'm out of boost. And there's nothing I can do about this. So we're gonna hope the game recognizes the trick. I think I know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I'm probably starting these flips too late, or too early. Alright. But just like that, we won the race. I didn't get to lap him this time. Took some unfortunate crashes. But that is Lost Fleet done. Now, we're looking to make that $1,000 payment. So let's see how many extra gems do I need to collect. I need 40, which is actually really nice. 40 gems is very manageable. But before we go make that payment, I need the gems, but I also need to collect a few more eggs. So what we're going to do, we're going to quickly skip over Zoe and collect Sturt, or Stewart. I like to call him Sturt. We're going to go up, collect the egg from up here with Ted. But then we're also going to try to do a long jump here. Nice. And we're going to get Hannah. Now, because I need the gems, I'm going to go ahead and collect these, giving me all the gems I need. And we get to see Bentley. Bentley's one of my favorite characters, so I'll let you listen to him.
The first rejuvenating breath of freedom. With the humility of a wounded sparrow, I genuflect to my noble deliverer.
It was no big deal, dude.
Yes! After all, it was I who let you out. Why, you brazenly avaricious, duplicitous, larcenous ursine! Now hold on! One more, perhaps?
At least.
Please do afford me the sublime honor of enjoying
All right.
your
So we beat him up, and now we get to play as him. This is the 4th playable character in the game.
I will.
Now, Bentley has some fun things he can do. He is a strong Yeti with a big ice club. He moves super slow, so there are some times where I'm going to try to figure out ways to either just pass some time, because this is a long escort mission with Barth himself. We're going to go ahead and do this. Wait to do. Talk to him so I can control him in the cutscene to get Brian. Now we're gonna hope. All right, not a horrible cycle, but get him. What? Oh, okay. All right, okay. Gotta pass some time, so we're just gonna go ahead and break that totem. Wait for Barth to get to his position. Now, before this cutscene starts, we're gonna just walk up a little bit. Move this out of the way. Grab our second to last egg here with Charlie. And now I'm gonna do a fun little fast push. If I can do it, if I can angle this right. I'm gonna couldn't get it on this one. I locked the one. Let me see if I can get it with this. Yeah, fast push. Now, sometimes this fast push breaks Barth, but he doesn't break, so we're good. Thanks, big bro. Alright. That's all 3 A's. We're gonna see Bentley a little bit later. We got a lot of stuff to do and take care of. But if my memory serves me right, haven't ran this category in a little bit. That is the last payment we are going to make. So we're gonna go straight down and into Frozen Altar. Frozen Altars we cannot complete because there is an 800 gem count here that I am not anywhere close to make. I want to say it's 800 gems to unlock a side area. I just used all my money. So we're going to do whatever we can in this level. Do some stuff. Out of sync. The way to get Cecilia there, you're supposed to jump off of these to get up there. But also, to grab Miles, you're not supposed to do this either. Or Jasper. And now we get to go to a fun side area called Bentley Boxing. This is what I like to call up-down simulator. Because up, down, up, down, up, down. Alright. I say I'm going to be doing this. We have 2 eggs. We have 2 rounds to do. So 2 eggs to collect. Waiting. However nice the Yeti decides to be is how it's going to be. And we give him another low blow. Good measure. You like the combo? Nope. This is the most consistent. There is no point in trying to actually actively box him. Good little combo. He unfortunately is deciding to block a lot of attacks. There's nothing I can do about this. I say this Yeti decides how friendly he wants to be. Good. And another one to go. All right. So now we're gonna get the end of level egg. We're still required to get them right now. We will be done with frozen altars for the time being. You can see money bags sitting there. I don't have enough gems to pay them. All right. Now we're gonna get. We actually get two of my favorite eggs. We like Stooby Dooby Doo. And then we're gonna get Noodles. And Noodles is a fan favorite, a lot of people's favorite egg, because it's Noodles. Why wouldn't you like Noodles? All right, so Fireworks Factory. This is another one of those levels where we unfortunately have to split it into two. We have to split it into two visits. Also, my Spyro went from actual red to dark red, which is a new visual glitch I haven't seen yet. Where's your hitbox? Okay. He is really far left, so I don't think this will work. Enough. Let's see. Again, this is one of the few levels we're gonna come back. There are long eggs here that are just worth doing later on. And there is an egg here that we just cannot do. So we are going to go back Evening Lake. And we are going to do the boss. Now, I noticed that I don't have the egg count I need yet. So there are some other levels that I'm neglecting to do. And I guess the best way to say it.
This might.
So this is another fight of kind of RNG-ness to it. But what's good is, so there's a trick here that we have to do in the any percent category. And it's kind of like the make or break trick of the run. Which we don't have to do now. At least for this category. Alright, we're at 97. So I need to collect 3 eggs. I'm gonna go collect 4 because kind of convenient at the moment. first and foremost, we're gonna talk to Bianca.
Spyro.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go behind starting area, collect Saki. But what we're gonna do is we are gonna make a beeline to these shores really quick. So before, I'm gonna get say not to get ahead of myself. So we are gonna play the 5th playable character in this game. And it is kind of the funniest one, in my opinion. We get to play as Spark the Dragonfly. So we've had Spyro, Sheila the Kangaroo,
Hello.
we had Sergeant Bird, and we've had Bentley the Yeti.
You can.
But now we get to play as Spark. Spark is our companion. Has been our health bar, but now wants to get some revenge on the crawdads.
On your travel. Look.
Alright. So I'm gonna play the sparse levels. I say nothing fancy to them. There's kind of a small laid out path in how you can optimally do this. I'm gonna go ahead and take the easier path that how you say it's a lot safer. No, so there's nothing. How you say it? There's nothing fancy to sparse levels. Sparse levels are just kind of. It's in one way, it's kind of just a rush to the end with like small optimizations. But we're gonna collect that one, and then we are gonna go to Country Speedway because we're gonna go get another sparse level done. So the way that sparse levels are actually unlocked is you need to beat the boss of that world. So we've completed 3 bosses, so we have 3 sparse levels to do. So we did boss 1. That was sparse 1. Now we're gonna go to sparse 2. We're gonna do sparse 3. And we can't do Sparks 4 because we have to beat the final boss of the game before that one unlocks to us. So, welcome to Spider Town. Spider Town is a level. This one either goes well or it doesn't. I will be taking this slightly safer because I do not want to mess this one up. Another example of this is so the biggest optimization that the sparse levels have is shield use. Ooh, I was late on it. So I was slightly too slow there. I'm gonna take it safe, get this. And what we do is I'm gonna take a second, clear out some of these enemies. You kind of learn how to just start dodging. Ow, ow. All right, I'm gonna have to take this section just a little bit safer. I'm low on HP, and I don't want to take a death as I start rushing. The speedrunner in me must comply. Alright, so this is the reason I wanted to keep this power up. Lets me do a very quick kill. And then we are going to go to the smelters. So we officially have 108. We officially can go to the final boss of this game. Will I go to the final boss yet? No. We actually, after we go ahead and do this Sparks level, we're gonna actually do that. But this Sparks level in particular is one that I want to do, how you say it, as early as I can, because it gives me an extra hit. It gives me an extra HP, which that extra HP will come in very handy for some of these later levels. But stars are, yeah, Starfish Reef. I don't remember the actual name of this one. This level, I've routed out this level. I've played through this level so many times trying to figure out how to optimize my special ammo so much, and I still don't have it right, and I know I don't. But so this is a level where you actually need to kill all enemies to continue. If you kind of couldn't tell, it's kill all enemies to unlock next gate, and well, if you don't, suffer. Now I definitely want to say these enemies I'm taking out that are actually kind of fighting back, that aren't the starfish. They are some of the hardest enemies to deal with. Cool. I'm gonna do that. Now this power up right here, the minigun, I like to call it, I need to keep this to the end of the level. So it makes the boss fight a lot, I like to say, a lot more consistent, but also just kind of makes life a lot nicer fighting. That's all. We can move on to this area. Yeah, once you've played this quite a lot, you kind of start understanding spawns, kind of how you need to strafe. But this is why I said I wanted to keep I can just do this. Makes that fight so much quicker. Now, I've been guidebooking around. I want to exit level here specifically because I need to talk to Zoe after level. Talking to Zoe will give me my power up of giving me an extra hit. Again, very, very useful when needed.
When I saw that.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to go back to Midnight. We're going to go back to Midnight Mountain. Like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to the final boss. But we're not done with the game. I'm going to do a quick game continue. It gives me my sparks back. But from here, we're going straight to the final boss. Will we have fun? Is the question. Will the big lizard lady that has been causing all this trouble be nice to us? Hint, hint, she won't. We also get to meet our 6th and final friend. Mind you, we have not saved this character yet. So by lore standpoints, or at least of game story progression, this character should not be here. Because we have not saved them from moneybags. But that is an extra 1,200 gems that I don't have. But he's here, so it doesn't matter. So this is the final boss of the game, the sorceress. She is the one, if the lore may have it, she is wanting to channel the magic of the baby dragon eggs to harvest them for their tiny wings that hold their magic, and have to be the strongest sorceress of them all. But our goal is to stop her. There are 3 different phases to this fight. First phase was the cannon. Next, we are waiting. So this is kind of like an auto-scroller in a way. So much time needs to pass for the balloons to bring our enemy. So now we have the tank. Tank. We take 1 shot. We move away. Take a 2nd shot. Move away. Take a 3rd shot and miss. Take the hit. Now we move on to the last phase. She has half a HP bar left. But 1 more phase. This is a struggle for every runner of this game. The UFO phase. There is no easy way to do this. The easiest way that's just kind of consistent, you kind of just stay on the edge, sniper, hope you don't get hit by her, and just sniper back. But now that is the final boss taken care of, so we don't have to do this fight anymore. As you can see, she isn't dead. That's spoilers.
It's a funny thing.
It's a funny thing, Spyro. But now, remember our buddy. We're going to do a couple things. We're doing a couple prep work things. Now that the final boss is dead, a couple things have changed. Moneybags, there's a secret egg that unlocks when you defeat the final boss. Moneybags decides, in a way, I think he's being generous, but before we talk, well, what we're doing, I like to call this flame that bag. We are getting every single gem that we paid this man back throughout the whole game. Now, but what this has other quirks to it. Now that we've done this, Moneybags is no longer in the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight into Desert Ruins. Okay, has quite a few things. So we're still not done breaking this game though. We're not gonna get a hover. We're gonna skip right to the end of the level. We like our Lara Croft, our Tara Croft. Now we go to I say a fun side area, but really not. Alright, luckily there's only 1 egg here that I need to grab. We've been training these sharks. This side area bullies me or I bully it. There is no in between. All right, need to find the last two. Don't know which ones I missed. So, all right, I missed that one. Oh, okay. That didn't hit me. It hit the pillar next to me. So that is an example of this game or this side area just bully me. No. What's good is I don't need any more gems. So where is last Sharkman? There is last Sharkman. Ooh, long snipe. I hate that side area. I'm glad it's over with. Alright, so now we get to do some fun jumps. Trying to get to areas sooner. This is actually kind of intended. This is how you're intended to get here. We grab Andy. We're gonna go do a Sheila. We haven't seen Sheila in forever. There's so many Sheila side areas so back to back, and then she kind of just disappears. But this is one of the only, I want to say this is the only 2D side area that works in 3D. Let's see. The only thing about this little area, there's nothing truly to talk about. It's just optimizing your movements with your super jumps. Super jumps, regular jumps, keeping track of your HP, and just nothing to it. We grab Pete at the end of this level, and we have one more egg to get, which is conveniently just located in this cave. Alright, so now we get to finally do something fun. Now this is where I wish I was on a PC port. This level is so much more fun on PC when you can use mouse and keyboard. We finally get to play as the little monkey man, Agent 9. Very beautiful level. It's a very long auto scroller in a way. So the goal of Agent 9 is to never stop holding down the trigger, grab angles. First thing we do is break all that. Hope that Professor's hitbox doesn't break. And now our next goal, so just like I say, any auto scroller is one where we have to kill every single Rhinoc to complete, keep going. And that's where that extra hit comes into play, because I am stupid. Alright. If I set up my crosshair. Alright, there we go. See, there is quite not much to say with. One more. This is RNG on the spawns. And it's not RNG on how bad my aim is. the next area. We have birds. That's one set. Now we gotta do another set. Get our first egg of the level. I'm gonna turn around, and the strategy that at least I know I use is you just work on these four. The flying birds are gonna occupy them, and then you just turn around for these last two. Quick and easy. Alright. Now we get to do some fancy stuff. I get bombs. We're gonna throw that over there. And now we get to play hold an angle until something dies. We play hold an angle until something dies. Come on. Oh, okay. That didn't take me too long. I have not. We do have to say a big thank you to Don Jure. I'm gonna be honest. Saying names is not my strong suit, but we want to thank you for the 100 dono. Very generous of you. I hope you put that towards the staff, because we definitely put a lot of effort. But with that, we are done here. All right, we are done here for the time being. We are going to go back to Molten Crater. We're going to start cleaning up a lot of areas. There's a lot of eggs we're missing. Got to get 149. And I'm only at 113. Still a lot of collecting to go. But now that we have all of our friends, we can finally start doing these little side areas. We don't have to pay money bags anymore. So this side area, there's nothing fancy. I say a lot of this cleanup, nothing fancy. We have to chase this thief to just about here, collect Moira, but now we get to do a fast one. The way I like to do it, there is a very fast way to do it. I like to do the consistent path. Is you jump over and you bonk them in the head. Grab Kermit, and we leave. But now, this is why we couldn't finish this. We have Sergeant Bird here, who has to take each of the tiki heads, put it back on any of the tikis. Luckily does not have to be any one in particular. And we can't forget our girl Luna here. Now I'm gonna wait for this cycle. Don't want to be taking unnecessary damage. Now, this way, if you're not used to moving with Sergeant Bird, there is a very, I say, convenient way to move them. You use your bumpers to strafe. Strafing, instead of just using your thumbstick to turn him around or turn him where he needs to go, but you just use the thumbstick or use your bumpers. And just like that, everybody here, that is Molten Crater completed. We're gonna double check, make sure we got everything here. All right, double check here. We gotta go back to Bamboo Terrace. I usually have splits to tell me exactly where I need to go. So we're gonna do Bamboo Terrace. The reason we couldn't complete this one is our man Bentley was locked and was not unlocked. We didn't have him, so But first, we're gonna go help some pandas. And this is another mini game where mouse and keyboard, or just mouse here, kinda just makes this a lot nicer in a way, but definitely not needed. This mini game in the original was annoying. But the goal is to return each panda to their home, but the sneaky umbrella Rhinox deciding to perch up, waiting to bonk them on the head. We gotta stop it, and we have to make 2 laps. So this is lap number 1 done. Now we've destroyed all the Rhinox, but there's gonna be some more that spawn. These return units, parachute units. First set, gonna be right here. And try to snipe them as fast as we can in the air. Watch them fall down like, I don't know, somebody with a burnt parachute, I guess. I don't know. Next, second set. Gonna be 1, gonna be 2. And then 1 more set. It's gonna be the far end. Gonna be 1. And make it 2. And the minigame finishes. Quick and easy. I say quick and easy, but long and easy. Alright. Now, all we have left to do is go have fun with our friend Bentley. Go do their side area. I didn't do Pee-wee. Gonna have to do that on the exit. Alright. So our goal for this Bentley side area is to get all the way up top the mountain. Easier said than done, because the Rhinox are trying to throw everything they can at you to stop you. This Rhinox does not care, but this one will. MV1 gonna have to swing. So the hard part about this level is just that you have to swing really early against each Rhinox, which I think that might have been a slight oversight. But the last part of our journey, RNG, we got a rock. We got another rock, and we don't have to worry about a TNT. After that, we get Burbeck, and we leave. Now, I forgot to do this egg, so we're gonna have to unfortunately chase to get Pee-wee, which I've never seen the thief do that one. All right, so again, we're gonna clean up. Going back to Frozen Altars. Frozen Altars had a money bags payment of 800 that I could not do, but now it is unlocked. This money bag is deleted out of the game. All right, so we're gonna play some cat hockey. First off, I freeze my opponent because he's stinky, and the goal is to get 5 cats into my goal the fastest before my opponent. And again, my opponent's stinky, so I send him back. Now, I wish if I could send him into my goal and it count, I wish I could, but it doesn't. We've got 3-0. It is possible to get 5. You can 5-0 this man if we're fast enough, but he is looking to score. And he is unfortunately going to score before I can get my 5-0. Nothing wrong with that. Finish that. We're going to go back to Fireworks Factory. Now, Fireworks, we're going to be here for a little bit. I'm missing 3 eggs. Or, correct, I'm missing 4 eggs. So, we're going to go get... Actually, no, I'm correct. 3 eggs. I was like, wait, I had to recount. Alright, first and foremost, we're going to turn around instantly and go to this side area right here. These are the twin dragons. A super hard side area if you don't know what you're doing. The goal is to take this flame and flight power up and beat the dragons, but they're at the same time. So the hard part, what makes this like super hard, is the fact that if you get caught, you can't work on both at the same time. That's one of the first hard parts. And then second off, if they face you and they basically, how you say it, their attack kind of just like auto locks on you in a way. And there's just kind of sometimes like I barely avoided that one, but you can see I haven't hit Bluey in a while. Bluey is gonna start healing, but I'm just gonna start. I need to just focus on the red one. And you see Bluey is back to full HP, and that's one down. See, he's going under here, so I know he's about to come back here. And now I wish I can get some headshots. Body shots are nice and all, but the headshots do double damage. That's why I'm pre-firing as much as I can to get a good hit. He's gonna go back under, so he's gonna come out this way. He's almost done. They didn't do the fun twirl. They have another flight path that gives them or puts them in a good loop, and he's gonna unfortunately just go back down that way. Not what I want, but one more hit will do it. No, one more hit. There we go. We got Evan for our trouble. All right, we're gonna take the cannon again. And now, because we have Agent 9, this side area is now available to us. Another, I say it again, but I say it's a great example of mouse and keyboard for this is so much fun. First and foremost, we're gonna try to go as fast as we can by not taking 2 hits of damage. But what we're going to do is, we're going to grab the minigun power-up. It's going to be able to just allow us to kind of run through here just a little bit easier, instead of having just our regular little blaster. Full HP. See, with this, I can kind of just spray and pray it. I remember where most of these spawns are. So, hopefully, and we'll be fine. And just like this, we'll get our first of 2 eggs. We get Patty. But now the Rhinoc is strapping him to another egg. Or to a rocket. Not technically, not an egg. It's a rocket. Rocket and eggs are not the same thing. But our goal is to get all the way back to the beginning of the level, which will get us our last egg that we are missing. Remember, I have to say, having this machine gun power up makes our lives so much nicer. Now, there is a glitch in the original where strafing made you super fast. Fortunately, that got patched. We can't do it. I wish I could show it because it's very funny, going super speed. All right, that's all eggs here. We're gonna make sure, and now all we're gonna do, we're gonna go start going back. All right, okay, we're gonna go back. Now we just have the last homework to finish. Gabby back in chat live from Aldanos. Let's go. We like to see it. Welcome back. Going to Crystal Islands. Now, Crystal Islands, depending on the category, is done 2, and I think there's a 3rd route. There are 3 different routes for this one level. I get to do the very vanilla route, I like to say, because I don't have to worry about a money bag payment. I now just need to focus on getting through the level. Would you like to see his magic? Look at his magic. Crystals. Alright, would we like to see some more magic? He likes to make whirlwinds. Nice. Now, before I can see his magic, I gotta take the bear out. Now we can see his magic, which is more crystals. All right. 125 out of 149. You like it? Now, we could do the slide. We could just do the slide, but I'm a speedrunner. So, I'm a cheat. Who needs to do a slide when you can just glide down? Alright. We get to do a very, very fun side area. And when I say fun, can be annoying. Well, moles. Bentley moles. This side area is a bane of some runs, because this is all RNG on where these little moles decide to spawn. What I want them to spawn in this little area. But not being... Oh, I hit a wizard. See, another one just spawning deep. Okay, wait. 5, 6, 7. I got 7 in one. Nice. This is the point of why I want them to spawn close to this wall so I can multi-hit. It makes this minigame so much more consistent. Come on. Can I hit him again? I didn't get it. Alright, I just need one. Alright. Alright. We got a couple more eggs to get. First, we must catch the flying thief. There is a quick kill that I do not know how to do. I have practiced it and practiced it over and over, and I suck. So until I can actually get that quick kill consistent, we're gonna have to do stinky old casual strat. And we have 2 more eggs to get. You can see one down there. I'm not gonna grab that one first. I'm gonna come grab this one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up just a little bit and take a leap of faith to grab Mini, and we are done with Crystal Islands. We're getting closer and closer to the end. We have quite... This level has some fun strats. We have the infamous, right at the beginning of this level, I'm going to do the end of the level skip. We call it torch jump. It sounds exactly as it sounds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly kill this Rhinox. Come about right here for my setup. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump straight on first try. First try. That is harder than it looks. And I'm not just saying that. The hitbox for that torch is only on the right-hand side. But now we're gonna do some tanks. I love the tank minigame. I'm gonna say it again. Another minigame that is very fun with mouse and keyboard. Also, floating Spyro. There's a little visual glitch. All right. If I line this up correctly, possibly... Yep, I got the second one. Nice. We make our life just a lot easier. I can go around. We're gonna do that. Try to get him. Yep, got him. And we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna manipulate that guy to peek my cannons. And just like that, we're gonna keep going. Now, we don't like slides. Slides are slow. But in particular, this slide is very dangerous. So we're just gonna skip it straight out. Upright, we're gonna just skip it. We like, this is Mike Tyson and Fido. And Fido was actually mean and wanted a headbutt today. I am missing. Clear the cave. Hold on, tank. Oh, I know which one I missed. I was like, wait. I know which one exactly I missed. Well, conveniently, we have a end of level now, and I forgot to come do Agent 9. One of them dogs with a funny hat. Here's the riddle of footsteps. So another one where it is kill the enemies as fast as possible to move on to the second arena. Now this second arena has respawns for the snake. Must basically try to take them out as well as start trying to kill these snakes to save myself just a little bit of time. I don't kill many of the snakes, unfortunately, but not slow enough. All right, respawn. Third round. We have mummies with with the respawn beacons for the snake. Nothing too shabby, nothing too hard. Now the mummies have respawns. It's just simple as breaking, shooting into breaking. But now we get even fancier for the last arena. Those big mummified guys are immune to our shots, but they luckily throw their own weakness. But I like to take the time, take out all the surrounding enemies as much as possible. While he throws, throw one back at him. Get close, have him throw, we throw one in his face. Grab Roxy, and we are out of here. All right, I'm getting closer and closer here. Lots to do, lots to play. 136, we're almost there. We are gonna quickly run to Dynamines. If you missed the Cowboys, how about some Dinosaur Cowboys? First and foremost, I'm gonna come jump around this and get Dan. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do another little skip, and I don't get it. So there you can jump around that building and get to the next side of the level quick, but I always give it one attempt. Not a big deal if you miss it, but now we can look at the Dinosaur Cowboys. We got shooter ones, we got TNT ones. We got cannon one, or you have minigun ones. But all right, first, our second egg, we get Romy. 138 of the 149. 11 eggs remain to grab in this whole game. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come get the end of level egg first. Well, I'll be. Wait. Jumping Jehoshaphat. All right. Lots of Spyros still go. we're gonna come into the barrel. We are gonna unfortunately talk to Deputy Holiday, and our goal: get to the end of the tunnel without blowing up our face. Easier said than done. While we got some shooting seahorses that are trying to keep us from getting down here. Lots of TNT barrels gonna be coming up here in a hot minute. So let me make sure I don't hit my face. All right, we're good. He's gonna shoot me at the end there, but that doesn't count. I've already finished the mini game. All right. Last but not least, in this little mini game, and if you see it, it's Agent 9. See you in Agent 9 once again. Agent 9 here has 2 different eggs for us, but first and foremost, we got to do an on-rails shooter. The only way to speed this up is to kill each dinosaur as quick as possible. This is a game of just hold the trigger. There's no point in not doing it. I mean, if you get annoyed with hearing pew 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 pew, but all right, we're gonna quick draw. One's gonna drop. One's gonna go there. One's gonna drop. Two spawn on top of each other. As soon as we turn the corner, quick draw. One on the left, one on the right. Waiting to go. We're gonna have 3, 4, I think 5 or 6 here. I think it's the left side first, if I remember correctly. Left, right, and then one drops, but then all of them are gonna try to drop at the same time, trying to get a quick fire. This guy's gonna try to quick fire us back with the turnaround. He drops in thinking he can be the hero, but he's not. All right, quick draw, 3 kills here. 3 shots, 1, 2, 3, and kill him for good measures. Skill points, free life. Last area of this on-rail shooter, or second to last area. That's technically the last area, just this camera view is the second to last. Ooh, didn't kill him fast enough there. Ooh, he got the shot off. So I unfortunately have to take a little bit of damage. Nothing I can do. Nothing too much to worry about. He almost got that shot off. Enemies give you no time to react. This is a quick draw event. He's the last dinosaur to kill. All right, this is the first egg, but there's still an egg in here. We gotta run through. Quick hidden egg that I know a lot of people forget. All right, what I'm gonna do is though, I'm gonna go back to Desert Ruins really quick. I gotta go grab one egg I forgot. That's outside of the level, actually. All right, I can't forget my little friend here. He's just sitting outside behind this wall. We like little Billy. All right, now back to Dynamite. Just to use the teleport. This is just a very fast way to traverse around the levels. Because this is where the last little set of eggs we need. I'm on you. Category I'm running is 149 egg. I'm at 143. So 6 eggs remain. We're gonna get 2 of them super quick. And we'll make sure all right, we're gonna double check, make sure I have everything I need. I don't. I'll say I was okay. There's 1 egg. It's still in the same area. Don't have to go too far out for it. Top of the waterfall right here with Eevee. All right, now I know how much we missed Sparks level. So we're gonna do the final Sparks level of the game. 2 levels remain. This one and one more. All right, Bug Factory. I'm gonna start shooting him off screen so I can get his I can get the key a lot sooner than having to chase him down for it. Now, same thing with this one. Unfortunately, he's kind of just gonna happen. Now, what I want to do though is I want to kill this robot. This robot just is a big annoyance. Now, there's something that comes up here. Now, this one for sure I need to kill. He has a power-up that I want that he's blocked. And this is gonna be all right. I need to concentrate. This shield is if I do this right, it saves me a lot of time. Good. Nope. It's down right. Almost. Good. I went top left instead of bottom right. So unfortunately lost a little bit of time. I'm just gonna this power up is something that makes this boss so much nicer. It's like the bread and butter of all the Sparks levels is this the multi-shot. Alright. I'm gonna grab you. Zoe got in my way. Almost got me hit. Alright. And hopefully the bot will be nice to me. And this is why multi-shot is nice. You don't want to be in front of the faces. So that's gonna be one. We're gonna get a very, very fast kill to get Annabelle. We're gonna exit level. Now we have one more level. 3 eggs remain. We're almost done. 3 eggs remain. Yeah, we're done. I have another speedrun behind my back.
Remember?
But just like this. All right, last thing, Harbor Speedway. So, Harbor Speedway. They fortunately have to end this. You don't have to end this whole category on a speedway. It just works out a lot better. So first we're gonna do the time trial. I do not remember the quick one for this. We're gonna do super casual strats. So game intends you to do the Pelicans first. We're gonna charge a few of them, get this, and then you do the gates. I wish I'd have practiced the actual strat for this one, that super fast one. Very cool if I could get it. Just I didn't practice it in time. Now it's completely on me. I'm gonna lose a lot of time for it. Smile. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come still do the lobsters. They're they're just conductors. All right. Last but not least, we're gonna try to have some fun here, though. He's not gonna be there enough. So we're gonna try to do this is the fun strat of doing it like this. You try to jump, don't hit the water, and just like that. Nice. All right. 2 more eggs remain. 106. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take a supercharge, and we gotta go find Hunter. Well, fortunately, I know where Hunter's at. Hunter is sitting in. Oh, hit my head. Now, the end of the Hunter lore. We found the leader of the space crew, and we have to chase him down using, I don't know what kind of, this is just our bat-winged contraption. But our goal for this one is just to hit every single ring that he provides. There is you can take corners way too tight, and you can get on top of this man, and it is sometimes as you can see, like, I am getting super close, and sometimes the ring will not count. Sometimes you gotta sometimes you gotta slow down to stay fast so you don't have any issues. But I know roughly, I know where he's going. Few more rings here. Last one. We have defeated the space crew that decided to target Hunter, I guess. But that's 1 egg. That's 2 days. That's 148. Time is not up. We have to do one more race against these pelicans. This race is no joke. They do not give you much leeway in this race, just like the last one. A costly mistake pretty much steals your fate. So we're gonna go as fast as possible. And we're gonna take every little dip I can. Save as much time as possible. You can see me. I'm gonna go ahead and take a supercharge instead, which was not faster. And I almost missed that ring. That is the hard part about some of these rings that you grab. You can overshoot these rings and have to redo the whole race. But so this has been very fun. I always love doing Spyro runs for Given Day. I've done it for all 3 years now that I've been a part of this program, and I can't thank this program enough for what it's done for me as a person and as a player. I can get sentimental, but I'll do that on my next segment. But last lap. Just 1 lap to go. It's the ringer. Don't miss a ring now. We can finish this up. Have a very, very solid run overall, in my opinion. Had a few mishaps early on and kind of in the middle, but this late game, overall, I'm very happy with it. Especially with not being practiced. Or how you say it? I have not actively ran. I haven't actually ran this category in 2 years. So, all things considered, I'm happy with it. Happy with this result. We're gonna finish it up. Time ends right as soon as we see 149 on the A counter. And say, don't miss the final ring. And this will be G. Wait for it, Jesse. It's our last egg, and G. A 228.52. A very, very solid time. So, I want to look at the in-game timer. So considering I'm doing the console variation of this run, I need to show my in-game timer. That's what dictates the board. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get in here a 1:44.27. Very respectable time. All right, but I'm not done. This segment still has about 30-ish minutes left, so I'm gonna need a quick breather, and I have another run coming up really quickly. So let me take a quick breather, and I'll be right back. All right. We are back. Okay. So, a cool thing I can do is I can do something called Neo Portal. I'm going to go to my completed file to do it.